What if your bank wasn't a bank at all? What if your everyday wallet, your travel money changer, your stockbroker, even your crypto exchange lived in a single pocket-sized app, one that could send money globally in seconds, convert currencies, trade assets, and even let you tap into blockchain networks with a few taps? Imagine that app becoming so powerful it rivals banks older than most of us. The quiet revolution in how we handle money has begun, and now the frontier is shifting. And with that, you're probably wondering what the hell I'm talking about, and you want to stick around to the end because I'm going to do a deep dive of what Revolut is, what they're trying to solve, and how does it rival Zebec's Superapp that's in the making for 2025. So let's take a look. Founded in 2015, Revolut began as a nimble travel money prepaid card startup, a handy solution for people who travel or spend across borders, offering fair exchange rates and the ability to hold multiple fiat currencies. Over time, that simple foreign exchange and travel card utility morphed into a full-blown digital banking alternative. Bank account, debit and credit cards, currency exchange in dozens of fiat currencies, peer-to-peer transfers, and broader payment and money management tools. By doing this, Revolut aimed to solve for a generation increasingly transacting globally and moving across borders the pain points of high fees, slow transfers, and poor transparency, and an outdated banking infrastructure. It offered flexibility and simplicity, literally modernizing what it means to have a bank account. Growth has been massive. As of 2025, Revolut serves tens of millions globally, supporting users in dozens of countries. On November 24th, 2025, Revolut completed a secondary share sale that pegged its private valuation at $75 billion, a huge leap from its roughly $45 billion valuation just a year earlier. This catapulted Revolut above many traditional banks in value. In short, Revolut transformed from a travel money card to a global digital bank alternative aimed at making banking and payments easier, faster, and borderless, and making it more modern. It didn't just stop at traditional banking services. It added cryptocurrency trading and digital asset support, allowing users to buy, sell, hold, and transfer various cryptocurrencies. This move makes sense, as many of the problems crypto solves, borderless transfers, fast settlements, and interoperability, align with Revolut's original mission. Having crypto in the same app lowers friction, it increases accessibility, and offers a bridge between traditional finance and blockchain. Recently, Revolut has gone even further, integrating Solana blockchain support. Users can now use not just for trading, but for payments, transfers, and staking directly through the app. That means crypto on Revolut isn't just a speculative add-on, it becomes a functional, usable part of payment infrastructure, potentially enabling fast blockchain native transactions, lower fees, and exposure to blockchain native yields, i.e. staking. By adding Solana and likely other blockchain networks and stablecoins, Revolut is evolving into a hybrid part bank alternative, part crypto on-ramp, giving users a unified interface for both fiat and crypto financial lives. So, if you had your banking and payments and crypto all into one app, is there a need to use a traditional bank account? What would convince you to switch entirely to a fintech app that holds your payments and crypto compared to a traditional bank? Well, we're going to get into that. The integration of Solana into Revolut is a big deal. On a technical level, Solana is known for high output, low fees, and fast block times, attributes that make it well suited for payments and transfers, especially compared to a slower, more expensive networks. Revolut is positioning itself as a more passive crypto broker. It becomes a gateway for real-world blockchain payments and financial activity. For Solana and crypto at large, this is a significant endorsement. Mainstream fintech users who may have never touched crypto for the first time now can engage with blockchain technology through a familiar, trusted interface. That lowers the barriers for mass adoption. Offering Solana-based transfers and staking could increase activity, network usage, and visibility for the Solana ecosystem, potentially driving demand for stablecoins built on Solana and more on-chain payments. So the reason I'm making this comparison is because the Zebec team has emphasized its comparison of Revolut on steroids. with their super app coming in Q4 2025 and why the super app could be a better version of what Revolut is building. Now imagine taking that concept, an app combining banking, payments, crypto and more. That's an ambition of Zebec network. According to recent commentary, Zebec is building a real-time stablecoin powered payroll infrastructure, effectively enabling companies or individuals to send salaries instantly using stablecoins. In one recent announcement, Zebec partnered with AllUnity, a regulated e-money institute payment platform, to deliver real-time stablecoin powered payroll solutions globally. The vision is that instead of once-a-month fiat salary or slow bank transfers, employees or freelancers might receive stablecoin salary streams at any time, bridging traditional payroll with blockchain's real-time settlement. Because this model focuses on real-world value flows, Zebec positioned itself as more than a wallet or an exchange, a super app for money in and money out, payroll, stablecoin income, perhaps even cross-border transfers. In other words, while Revolut was a bank alternative plus crypto-enabled app, Zebec aims to be a full-blown financial operating system. So how did Revolut's integration with Solana strengthen the broader narrative? And how does this benefit for the future of Zebec? The Revolut Solana integration helps normalize blockchain-based payments and onboard for mainstream users. It's a signal to regulators, banks, and users that mainstream fintech believe in blockchain-based payments. That cultural shift reduces friction for a newer, bolder, blockchain-native financial app. Zebec's emphasis on stablecoins and real-time flows means that they benefit from infrastructure and user familiarity as users get comfortable using stablecoins or Solana-based transfers in apps like Revolut. The psychological barrier to trying Zebec decreases. The more mainstream fintechs adopt blockchain rails, the more network effects build for those blockchains, growth in user base, volume, and awareness. That helps make Zebec's model more viable. But it's not always that perfect. So what are the pain points that Revolut brings and how Zebec can have an advantage over it? Even though Revolut is powerful and growing fast, it has limitations, and some of these are exactly where the super app like Zebec might have an edge. Traditional banking and regulation and infrastructure is still a constraint for Revolut. Despite its huge valuation, Revolut only has a restricted banking license or is still waiting for a full banking license in some regions, which limits deposit taking, lending, and other aspects of full banking. Payroll and income in crypto, that's not a native Revolut feature. If you get paid in stablecoins or want a real-time income stream, Revolut doesn't yet provide that. Its focus remains more on banking, trading, and payments. Because Revolut straddles traditional finance and crypto, it also faces regulatory compliance and trust hurdles, instability in crypto markets, and possibility regulatory pushback for KYC and AML. And it also is complex of integrating blockchain rails at a scale. All of them add friction. In short, Revolut is a powerful bridge, but it may never be a full-fledged blockchain financial OS. For users who need to go beyond trading or occasional transfers like stablecoin income, real-time payroll, and cross-border salary, it may be limiting. Because Zebec is built with blockchain and stablecoins at the core, rather than retrofitting blockchains into a fiat native infrastructure, it can optimize for that strength of crypto, speed, transparency, flexibility, and global reach. If successful, Zebec might deliver what Revolut aspires to. Revolut is evolving faster than any fintech app in this generation, and its embrace on Solana, it marks a strategic shift to modern finance. This marks the next generation of programmable money, payroll, stablecoins, for products that Zebec is building, which is the super app. Revolut bought the world of banking without borders, while Zebec wants to bring world money without limits. And if they succeed, it won't just be a Revolut on steroids. It may define the next financial banking app for this generation.